Hey guys, it's Tina, and welcome to the Qweendom. Come on now, Bailey, hold that note. Okay, so I'm coming to you guys. Oh gosh, she has to be in here again. So I'm coming at you guys.
Hi guys.
A quick update.
Qweendom.
That's right, darling.
Qweendom.
That's right, it's the Qweendom. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Go play with your toys. Go get your friends. So I want to give you guys an update on the moving situation. So, you guys know that not long after I had Bryn, we were planning on moving to a different county because they have a better school system. And since then, I just haven't given you guys an update because of everything going on in school. Work and life. Being a mama, a foe. But, so the update is we will be starting the moving process again. Thank God. But, I know I can put my shoes on, miss. It was stopped mainly because of the kids going to a new school, me starting school again. Well, Bren was already home, so that's not a factor. But just to have so much going on, I didn't want it to be a situation where I was still looking for. She took her slippers off to put my slippers on. Let me show you. What are you doing? You think you want to keep your own slippers on? Because mine are actually too big for you.
Mine.
They're yours too?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
I don't agree. They look way too big for that foot of yours.
Of course.
Way too big. Yeah, I'm thinking it's too big for you. Oh, thank you. So what I was saying was, me starting school, the kids starting a new school, and that was a bit of a challenge as well because I wanted them to start school in the new county that I told you guys. My nieces actually still go to that school in the county that we were moving to. It seemed like everywhere I was trying to look, either they had an issue, to be completely honest with you guys. Either they had an issue with the fact that I had 4 children. Discrimination, right? Yeah. Or it was some racial undertones to it. I'm gonna be completely blank. Oh God. Completely frank and blunt about it. I took you guys on many of the house tours with us. We had seen a couple of other houses. I think y'all might have seen, it was 3 vlogs, so it might have been like, I don't know. I'll try to link it below if I can remember. But yeah, I remember specifically.
Hi guys.
I remember specifically one person.
Hi guys.
Saying, okay, Bailey, okay, all right. Let's go watch Roy and Esme. I remember one person specifically saying, oh, well, how many children do you have? And my work history spoke for itself. I wasn't even working at the second job at that time. My work history spoke for itself. I've been at my job for, I think it'll be 12 years this year, so then 11 years. And, you know, she asked me how many kids I had, and I was like, oh, I have 4 children. I have 2 teenagers. Thank you, baby. 2 teenagers and you know, 2 little ones. And she was just like, oh wow. And it was so funny because this particular home, it was the first time, it was the first open house of the home. So her and me and the other young lady who was a brown person had 2 children. I had 4. And we both saw the house together. I had Bailey and Bryn with me. No, Bailey and Bryn were actually in the car with the older kids. Yeah, they were in the car with the older kids. So I just went in there with my cousin, who was the realtor that you saw, all by myself. So we were seeing the house together. So back to it. one lady was like, well, how many kids you have? And I told her 4, 2 teenagers and 2 babies, because that's how I describe myself at this point. And she was like, oh, well, you know, the other lady, she really needs it. And she didn't say she applied before me, because she didn't. I had already, like, I was already applying. I had my my check for the application fee, getting ready to hand it to her and everything. She was like, oh, well, you know, she really needs help. She needs to get into a place now, and, you know, she wants to live in this camp. It was like all of the excuses in the book. And then she basically ended it with, stop, Bailey, stop. She basically ended it with, you know, I really don't want anybody to live on my property that's going to mess my property up. Miss, what makes you think that me and my family are going to mess your property up? Like, what are you even saying for real? So at that point, I knew exactly what it was. So yeah, that was something that, that's what it was. And it was so crazy because I was highly irritated because, you know, this place that we were going to move to was maybe like 30 minutes, no, maybe about 45 minutes from where we live now. And predominantly white area. And just for her to make an assumption that because I have 2 teenagers and 2 babies that I'm going to mess her property up, absolutely positively discrimination. She was being very prejudiced. And I had the conversation with my cousin, and my cousin was like, if you were trying to, you know, stay in the county that you all are in now, like, it wouldn't have been no problem. It wouldn't matter whether you have 4 children. Your work history speaks for itself. Your rental history speaks for itself. And it wouldn't be an issue. He was like, but, you know, from what he heard, that county was pretty racist. So, you know, I had prayed about it before we even wanted to take that leap of faith. But, you know, it just got to, I know, I see Elmo's World.
Hi guys.
You know,
It's Elmo.
That's right. We prayed about it before we took that leap of faith. But Bailey, I'm trying to say something. Ultimately, it wasn't the best move for my family. I was honestly disappointed because I will tell you guys, like, in terms of my rental history, I think I moved out of my, okay, Bailey, okay, baby, all right. Moved out of my mom's house when I had 2 children. I had already had the oldest 2.
Please,
so I might have been 22 or something like that.
Hi guys.
I might have been 22 or something like that. I might have been 22.
Hi guys.
And we lived in that place for 7 years. In that place for 7 years. And then, I'm gonna put this lip on her foot. We lived there for 7 years. And then, you know, I prayed about us moving to a home. Because it was an apartment that we lived at initially. Prayed about us moving to a home, and we did move, and I got them. Just start them on a different path. Not in terms of success, because you can live in a predominantly black area and be successful. But just for what they saw at school. I wanted what they saw at school to match up with reality. Like, the way that America is right here and now, you know, predominantly black neighborhoods are, you know, it's rare. It's rare at this point. You know, we are all a mixture of everything. You know, everybody lives everywhere now. You know, it's unheard of. It's unheard of to have a predominantly black neighborhood, or even in some cases a predominantly white neighborhood. So I wanted to put them in a situation where they wouldn't have such a culture shock like I did when I went to other places that did not mirror back the neighborhood that I grew up in. You need to cut it out. Sit. Have a seat. She's turned back into the camera. She's turned back into the camera hug that you all know and love. Look how she acting though. Bailey, come on now. Life and times. But that's the update. We didn't move to that county because they didn't want a mother with 4 kids. Whoa, come on now. Know yourself. 4 kids to be there, and they had a lot of racial undertones. We'll tell you guys too. Just like I said, we're gonna be starting that process immediately, actually, with moving. I want to move to a different county that has a mixture of different kinds of people, different tax brackets, different degrees of education, different skin colors, you know, just different. So that's the plan. I'm excited. I'm eager to take you guys on the journey and to document it exactly like we did before. I feel a lot more hopeful this time. I felt really hopeful the last time too, so I don't know what that means. But I feel a lot more hopeful this time. And at the end of the day, I do believe wholeheartedly what is for me and no one else. And at the right time, we will find the right place, whether it be us renting another home or even buying a home. I'm going to put that into the atmosphere because that is a prayer of mine as well within the next 2 to 3 years to be a homeowner. So, yeah, that's the plan. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. I know I'm in the same robe that y'all saw me in the previous vlog, but listen, we're going to keep it going. As usual, thank you guys so very much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know down below if any of you have encountered any other things that I'm describing in terms of, you know, racial undertones, whether it be something that is hidden or blatant like mine's was. Whether you have been discriminated against for the number of children that you do or don't have. Whatever it may be, let me know about things that you've gone through that, you know, made you question like, wow, you know, what are they trying to say? When in fact, we already know what they're really trying to say, but we're taken aback that in this day and age it's still going on. Please trust and believe it is. Whether you see it on the forefront, in your face, behind your back, it's there. It's there, and it's sad. I hope and pray that one day America will get to a point where things aren't like that, but I think more than anything, the resilience of brown people is going to cause things to change only because of our resilience. Not because our pushback all the time or our fighting back or rioting or standing up for what we believe in. Just the fact that we're resilient, and it's nothing that you can say to change my mind about that or even deter me from knowing and understanding that, you know. I'm gonna stop talking though because I can keep this going. Enjoy, guys. You want to get in? Come on. We got to do a thumbnail. Get in. Get in. Get in. Oh! Sit down, silly Billums.
Hi, guys. Okay,
Billy.